You knew this video had to come. Do you summon or do you skip Rosé Goku Black? This video is not designed to tell you which one to do. I'm just giving you things you gotta consider. You have to consider before you summon on this global first Rosé Goku Black. Now, when a new unit comes out, you know, we have to test your RNG for this character, and this could be a great sign for you to see whether you should skip or not. Now, we are very close to 61k, but it doesn't really matter, because if you fail this, then subscribe. If you succeed, then don't worry about subscribing, nothing like that. I still appreciate you. Pick us out of the coin and hurry up. Hurry up. I gotta get on with the video. Hurry up. You got it? Okay, good. If it lands on that side, you're good to go. Green light, all right? You succeeded. Move on with your day as usual. But if you don't, you got caught lacking today. You might want to not summon on this. And of course, got to subscribe to the channel because you got caught lacking. It is what it is. Let's go ahead and flip. Do not change that side of the coin in your head. It lands all, it's heads. It is heads. If you guessed that, congratulations. If you didn't, you know what you got to do. So when it comes to Rosé Goku Black, again, he is a first. Let's just get this out the way. All right, his leader skill is not great because the life of this team is Broly, who doesn't exist on global and won't exist on global for the next 4 to 5 months. So, this team isn't really necessarily a team. The best character you have on this team is Zamasu for global, of course. And then you have Goku Black and Zamasu who can link up with them. But then who else are you running? Like Janemba? Metal Cooler? I guess in Goku Black isn't... Like this team obviously exists on global. But this team doesn't really exist on global. Does that make sense? The leader skill itself is not really that great. It won't be like aging that well. I mean, maybe when Super Baby 2 comes out, but does Super Baby 2 even have any of these 3 categories? Not like this isn't really, I would say, a good leader skill, especially for a global player who won't be getting that much value for this character's team. Now, you can argue, okay, but he's still a super bosses buff, and we need super bosses buffs, right? So it'll just help Broly's team in the future, and that's definitely a great argument to make. One thing I will say though is that, remember, again, Broly is the life of this team. In my opinion, like what I'm skipping Rosé. I'm not summoning on this, right? Since Broly is the life of this team, since Broly is the category super bosses, I can see why one would want to summon on this character to buff that inevitable team. But what if it takes you 500 stones to pull this character? And in those 500 stones that you lost, because you can grind up 500 stones back, you're still missing 500 Dragon Stones. What if you don't end up pulling Broly? Since Broly is leagues and bounds better than this Rosé Goku Black, if you want to form a super bosses team, why go for a character who's not as good, and which could cost you the character that is the team itself? Does that make sense? So I can understand global first, hype. Rosé Goku Black, hype. Scythe, hype. I get it. If the goal is to make a super bosses team, which is what he leads, if the goal is to buff the team, you gotta start with the life of the team, because if you don't have the life of the team, even when Global's anniversary arrives and you have Rosé Goku Black, but you don't have Broly, you're still stuck with this team without, free-to-play Beerus, I guess, right? Like, it's still smarter, in my opinion, right? It's still smarter to save for Global's anniversary, which, by the way, 4 or 5 months down the line, maybe even during Worldwide, you know who's gonna return? This guy. You pick him up with red coins. All that summoning that you do, because you're saving so many stones, all that summoning you're gonna do on these banners, they're gonna grant you quite a bit of red coins. And with those red coins, boom, Rosé Goku Black is there for the taking. It's still going to be a super bosses buff at the end of the day. So you let me know what you decide to do. I'm skipping. I might summon on maybe like a viewer's account. That would be cool. Or maybe like a stoned account that we can give away. Like I still might end up summoning, but not on my main account is reserved and saved for the anniversary. Let me know what you think. What are you going to do? Rosé himself is, not a bad character. He also depends on super bosses. Like, look at this team again. The more super bosses category allies on the team, the better he is. He gets up to 60% damage reduction when you're running this full team. Let's take a look at this objectively, okay? Without these two, who are you running on this team? You have Rosé Goku Black, cool. You got Zamasu, okay, that's 2. Who's your third option? Okay, Goku Black and Zamasu, 3. So 2 tech characters and 1 physical so far, okay. Let me put him here. There we go. Who's your next option here? I mean, I guess you can say F it, we ball, right? Run Tech Janemba. Because Tech Janemba can support extreme class allies, right? So that's 3. And if you're gonna run Tech Janemba, okay, maybe physical Janemba here. Okay, so let's do this. Boom. Let's put these 2 together. So you have these 2, and you got Zamasu. So, like, where is this guy gonna end up being? Where's Zamasu? Is Goku Black gonna end up being a floater for your team? Because if you link him up with this character, then you got this guy floating. I mean, this guy's really meant to be a floater, but you can link him with, like, what is your team build here? Like, what are you trying to accomplish? I mean, what other options do we even have? Dragon Ball Super Broly, great, but you're coping because he's not even as good as, like, I can see why someone would want to do that, but it's just not the same, you know? So, I mean, who else? STR Janemba? No. Yeah, this guy? No. Monaco? Come on now. I mean, Kale, like, why would you run Kale and Caulifla? You know what I'm saying? Why would you run Hit? Like, those characters are, like, Jiren? You're not running Jiren on this team. You're not running, like, these super class characters, you're not really, you know? You can force him on the team, but then that's a very wonky team. All just to sacrifice stones that at the end of the day could get in your way of pulling the best character in the game, or second best, right? Maybe even third or fourth best, because dude, the easy A's for the 6th anniversary are insane. It's a different video already, but this is like, you know, like you know, I don't know, man. I understand why someone would want to summon, but I think you're giving up too much for a team that doesn't exist yet. And by exist, I mean like legitimate options. And that doesn't make sense to me. Because remember, Broly himself is a super boss's lead. A better super boss's lead. So if you don't have Rosé, but you pull this character, because you're saving Dragon Stones for him, right? Super bosses, movie bosses, you're already going to build an amazing team with Broly. And then just go ahead and buy Rosé with coins from all the summoning that you do on Broly's banner. So I get that. That is what I think is the smarter option. I'm not telling you what to do. This is just from my opinion and the facts I'm laying, you know, forth. It's kind of what it is, you know? I mean, Super Bosses definitely needs help, so I understand it, but let me know what you think. Let me know what you're going to do. Are you going to sacrifice stones so that you may not end up getting Broly, but at least you have Rosé global first? Or are you going to weather through the storm with me? Because, hey, I'm skipping. I am skipping. I'm skipping. I'm skipping with you. So I'm weathering the storm with you. Does that make sense? But I mean, it's whatever you want to do, dude. Like I can keep reiterating thoughts here, but I'm not really trying to waste your time. I just need you to understand that it's up to you. Save your stones if you want, summon if you want, but when the anniversary comes, I don't want to hear, I want to hear it, because I told you. You watched the video, and I told you. I love you. Thank you for being here. Have a great one.